DJI Mini 3 Pro. This drone is a fantastic drone that's just been released, and then you've also got its slightly bigger brother, the DJI Air2s, which is just over a year old now. If you could go and buy one of these, which should you buy? And these are going to be really popular drones over the summer. So let's talk about the similarities and which ones I think you should go out and buy. So a lot of people in this time of the year are going to be picking a drone up. They want a small travel drone for going on holidays with. So if you want that and you're not too fussed about all this spec here and about which one to get out of these two, just go and buy that DJI Mini 2 and you'll be more than happy. But if you want to spend a fortune and you've no budget and you want the best of the best, then the Mavic 3 will answer everything you could possibly want. But these two drones here now, the DJI Mini 3 Pro and also the Air2s, these are now completely baked in the middle of the price points, but both of these drones bring fantastic specs and features. Let's talk about them first of all, and then at the end of the video I'll decide kind of which one I would pick if I was in your shoes right now. Now I'm going to come back to the weight of these drones towards the end, because this could be a deciding factor. It might just tip you over the edge about which one to get. But there's a lot of similarities here and some differences. Let's just talk about the camera first of all. So this DJI Mini 3 Pro has a 48 megapixel camera, whereas on the DJI Air2s it has a 20 megapixel camera. Realistically, in real world, all it's going to mean is that on the Mini 3 Pro, if you like cropping in, you're going to get better quality once you're cropped in with that extra megapixels. To be honest, because neither of these sensors are huge, it's not going to make a big difference at all. So camera quality on here for photos are really very similar. The DJI Air2s has a 5.4K video mode, whereas on the DJI Mini 3 Pro, 4K is a maximum. Now, the 5.4K is up to 30 FPS, and it's important to note that both of these cameras now shoot in up to 4K 60, so both are identical there. However, on the DJI Air2s, after you go beyond 30 FPS, so 48, 50 and 60 FPS, there is a crop. And this is in every mode, in 2.7K, in 1080p, there is quite a significant crop in the video. On the Mini 3 Pro, there is no crop. And on all the drones that DJI have released recently, they all have a fixed 2.8 aperture, aside from the Mavic 3, which you can change the aperture on there. The DJI Air2s has a fixed 2.8 aperture, which means it is a good quality camera in low light. However, the DJI Mini 3 has a fixed 1.7 aperture, which means for low light, this is going to allow more light in. So you're going to get better quality night shots and low light shots from the DJI Mini 3 Pro. But how can this be when the DJI Air2s has such this huge sensor in comparison to the tiny sensor on the Mini 3 Pro? Well, let's just look at this chart here. DJI Air2s has a 1-inch sensor and the Mini 3 Pro has a 1/1.3-inch sensor. Now that sounds like it's going to be this huge difference, but when you actually look at the size of them, you'll see from this chart here, there really isn't a significant difference. And then when we put the two on top of each other, again, it's not a huge difference there. So you'll see from the video I did at the start, could you tell the difference between the Air2s and the Mini 3 Pro? And the Air2s was in that 5.4K quality, whereas the Mini 3 was in 4K. Who could tell the difference? Could any of you say, yeah, I could definitely tell the difference. That 5.4K was so noticeable. No. You really ain't going to be able to tell the difference. It's not like we're jumping up another size to the Mavic 3 Pro, where that bigger sensor there, the Micro Four Thirds sensor, is even bigger, and that's where you're then going to see a difference. These two sensors on here in real life are so similar, you're going to be really hard stretched to tell any difference. But this is where the similarities then start and continue. So they both have really similar battery lives. They both have abilities to have sensors on the front, on the back and down. Neither of these drones have side sensors. They both have active track, focus track, so they both can do spotlights. They can both do active track in trace and parallel and position of interest. Neither of these two drones have anything different at all in the active track, and it's both the exact same specification. So both APAS 4.0 for the obstacle avoidance and both the exact same obstacle avoidance and tracking system for focus track. So nothing different there at all. They both also share master shots, and they both also share the exact same hyperlapse system. So nothing different in terms of the spec. If you cast your mind back to when this was released, the smallest drone we had was the Mini 2. Now the Mini 2 was a fantastic drone, but it also lacked some of the features from this, like hyperlapse, like focus track, like obstacle avoidance. It didn't have any of that. The Mini 3 Pro has all of that. It has all of the exact same features that you would want. The only thing it doesn't have is the aircraft detection system. It's just on the side here. So this allows, when you're flying, it will alert you to any nearby aircraft. It's a fantastic feature and also such a great safety device. The Mini 3 Pro, certainly from my testing, doesn't appear to have this at all, and it's probably due to a weight saving exercise. I wish it had that. I hope all drones going forward have that. It's a fantastic feature. But then the DJI Mini 3 Pro comes back and with its top trump card and goes, can you do vertical video? Are you still using that old horizontal video? You can't switch your camera around? You can't twist and go into vertical? So the Mini 3 Pro can do that. And currently from the DJI drones out at the moment, that's the only one that can. So that alone, if you're interested in Reels and TikToks, sharing photos and videos, we've recently just got that unlocked so you can use all the features like hyperlapse and active track and obstacle avoidance in vertical. So I know loads of people use that all the time. You've got that, whereas on the DJI Air2s, you cannot change the orientation of this. So the DJI Air2s weighs 595 grams. The Mini 3 Pro, 249. This is a massive deal for people around the world. And this is the reason why it weighs 249 grams. Less restrictions about where you can fly and where you're going to fly. So the Mini 3 Pro, you can fly this in a lot of countries without the need to do extra courses and licenses, etc. Whereas the Air2s, you're going to need to do them because of the weight of it. So that means the DJI Mini 3 has a lot less restrictions. One example, if you was to go to Turkey on holiday, in Turkey you can take a drone with you, but it's got to be under 500 grams, so I can't take the Air2s. I could apply for a permit to take it, but I've got to be a Turkish resident to do that. I'm not a Turkish resident, so the DJI Air2s would be grounded, and so would the Mavic 3. The Mini 3, I can take it. And this is probably going to be the same to a lot of countries you go in. Now that said though, there is advantage to bigger drones, and this is if you're in a country which is really windy a lot of the time. Now both of these drones have the same wind resistance, level 5 wind resistance, and the wind resistance on here is really impressive. I've flown this in some really strong winds and it has performed great. However, the DJI Air2s is a stronger drone. The motors are stronger and it's also got a higher top speed. The top speed on the DJI Air2s is 42.5 miles an hour, whereas on the Mini 3 Pro it's 35.7 miles an hour. So that extra speed there would be crucial for you for getting your drone back, or just to have that power to get this drone through them strong winds to get the shot. If you're knocked in an area where it's constantly windy all the time, another factor there would be, do you need that extra power? Is that important to you? So price is really important as well. What gives you the best value of money and what helps you justify to yourself, to your bank manager, to your partner, which is the best drone to get for your travel holidays? And you really need one of these drones because otherwise the footage in the holidays just won't be the same unless we had a drone. Anyway, good luck with that. But these two drones are kind of similar in price, but let's look at that now. And it gets kind of confusing. So the DJI Mini 3 Pro starts at, and I'm going to say this is when it starts, okay? It starts at $759, and this is for the drone and this old controller here. If you want the combo kit, which I recommend, the RC controller, the new controller with the screen, this is $909. And then if you want to buy a Fly More kit, which is this bag, and it comes with 2 extra batteries and a charging kit and some extra propellers, that's $189. So for that, so you could get, which I recommend, this RC combo for $909 plus the $189 for the Fly More kit. That's what I would recommend. Whereas the DJI Air2s for the drone and this old controller, it's $999, so nearly $250 more expensive. And if you want the Fly More kit, so for this drone, this old controller and the extra batteries, it's $1299. So it's significantly more expensive when you look at it that way. But it's okay because DJI know you're going to want a nice screen like this. So there is an option. You can't use this with the DJI Air2s at the time of filming anyway, but you can get the RC Pro. And the RC Pro with this is $1,499. And batteries are also more expensive on the DJI Air2s, $115 per battery on the Air2s, comparable to $65 and $95 for the Mini 3 Pro. The $95 version is the extra, the Plus battery. So the DJI Air2s is certainly more expensive. Is it worth it? Well, right now, because this Mini 3 Pro is out, I would say not. If I was to start again and be given either of these drones, then I'll be so happy because both of these drones are awesome and will get the job done. So if you have the Air2s, is it worth going out and buying this drone as well? Probably not, no, unless you need a small drone for those restrictions we talked about. But if you don't have either and you want to get a mid-range drone like this, I would pick the DJI Mini 3 Pro every day of the week. I'm not going to need to do extra restrictions and do courses, licenses. I'm going to be able to fly this in more places. I'm also going to save money, and it has all the exact same features that the Air2s has, albeit it also now has vertical video, which is great for Reels and TikToks, and it's smaller. I can just take this in this small bag and have everything that I need with me, so it's a lot more convenient. The camera quality between both of them are awesome. 5.4K on the Air2s, 4K on here. You're not going to tell any difference really in the quality. You would get a better quality image at night though on this because of that 1.7 aperture on here compared to the 2.8. So low light and nighttime video are going to be better on the Mini 3 Pro. But for photos in daytime, for video in daytime, there's going to be no difference at all. So they are really similar, aren't they? And I hope that helps you out in deciding which one to get if you haven't got one already. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything you think I've missed or any more advantages to that DJI Air2s. It'll be really interesting to see and hear your thoughts about it as well. But if you enjoyed that, please make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help. I can't wait to see if we do get a new version of this, what they're going to do, what's going to be different on the DJI 3, it will be, Air 3. That'll be cool to see. But right now, you know, the Mini 3, I think they probably made it too good, to be fair. It is fantastic. So if you want to pick it up, affiliate links down below. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.